Okay, maybe I'm giving Pokemon a little too much praise after it literally copy and pasted the animations from the frickin' 3DS games, but I'm getting ahead of myself. You know what doesn't get enough praise? Donkey Kong, of course. Tropical Freeze, to be more specific. With the all-new Funky Mode, I mean, how could you go wrong with Funky Mode? Each level in this game tells a nice little story, you know? It's wordless storytelling at its finest, but it's better because the player experiences the level as it goes along. For example, you could start a level in a downed plane, and you go through the level and you find other bits and pieces of wreckage as you go. There could be somewhere you go through this big factory, you have to start up, and once you're in the factory starts churning out fruit and stuff. And then the next level, you could go to the same factory, but you jump across, like, fruit platforms and stuff. I don't know, I haven't played this game in like a year. But the point is, stuff doesn't always have to be connected to the story, like we said with Pokemon. In the case of Tropical Freeze, you see the story of the level as you play. It's not even the story of the game, it's just little mini stuff. It makes the world feel more alive, you know? I mean, if you want to get down to it, I guess the key differences with all the games on this list is that none of the other ones have funky mode, so, you know, they're all kind of invalid. I think Donkey Kong is the only one that really matters, just out of respect for funky. But you know what game isn't invalid and still doesn't have funky mode? That would be Sky. Remember Journey? Yeah, those guys made this game, and it's somehow even better, in my opinion. I don't know. That's up to you, torch-wielding mob in the comments section. You guys be the judge of that. I've only downloaded this game recently, and I gave up on the spooky, scary eel level. That one was pretty spooky. But one thing I still love about everything, including the spooky eel level, that, oh god, I'm pissing myself over here, is that the game has, like, a couple sentences worth of dialogue at the very start that tells you basically nothing, and that's it. The rest of the game is completely interpretive. While Donkey Kong is a bit more blatant and up and in your face about what's happening, even if it's not telling you directly, Sky is a bit more up to the player to figure out what's going on. And this is something that persists in Journey, its predecessor as well. You can go through this area and just have fun with the game and its mechanics, while also seeing these spirits and reliving their last moments, while at the same time not really knowing what happened to them in the first place, since they don't really tell you. Even with stuff like that, it seems pretty dreary. The game overall is fairly lively, except for the gigantic eel level. I was pretty spooked at that part. But even then, it told me a story, and that's what's important. Even if it didn't have funky mode. They really should have had a funky mode. Oh well, at least Fates didn't have funky mode. I mean, could you imagine how bad Fire Emblem Fates would have been if it had funky mode? I mean, it's Fire Emblem Fates. This is the game that, made you pay $90 if you wanted to experience everything that a 3DS game had to offer.
And that's not even talking about
I feel like I'm forgetting an example or two.
No, you definitely are.
Oh yeah, okay. Super Mario
Kart 8!
Okay, that was some hearing damage, but yeah, actually, I think you might be right on that one.
No, I'm right.
This is actually really similar to Pokemon Sword and Shield, except the difference is, you don't play Mario Kart for the plot. I mean, everyone plays Mario Kart.
I do have one complaint about the game, and that is they don't have Coconut Mall. That is the best. If we're talking about maps here, okay, and they took out the best map of any of the games. Now, Coconut Mall. I know this is off topic, but every implement of the map, whether it be the cars with the Miis in them or the secret shop.
It didn't have funky mode either. I mean,
It didn't have funky mode.
I think the reason Mario Kart 8 excels so well is because, yeah, like Sky, well, I guess to some extent, there is no plot. Unless you really want to get down to see Bowser race against his skeletal remains, if you're really into that sort of thing. But I think why it works so well is a lot of why it relates to Pokemon. They both have logos. And if you know there's one thing I love, it's a good logo. But Mario Kart 8 has a fully realized world, to some extent. I mean, I would forever question what jackass decided to host a go-kart race
at a functioning airport.
But it feels alive, you know? You ever had like a toy race car as a kid and you race it up a wall just because you can? That's basically what this game is, and
Hot
it
Wheels. Just Hot Wheels.
this is actually Hot Wheels. This was all a ploy to get you to spend your money.
I
on
still
Hot
have
Wheels.
my Mario remote control car from like 2.
So, Mario Kart 8 excels for several reasons in addition to some good logos. This is because it simply does not care, okay? You're not just racing up a waterfall if you want to. You are also racing around everything, really. Just clouds, space, just full-on space, and in one part even an active volcano, because Mario just doesn't care, and that's why it works. Okay, I've gone over a lot of stuff, but basically, guys, what I'm trying to say with this video is that Fire Emblem Fates sucks and you should never buy